Thus far, we have created the schedule, modified it as needed to resolve issues, and created baselines for recording the project status. The last aspect to cover in the project management demo is monitoring project progress. The first summary is the project summary report page. This shows the project manager an overview of all active projects and the number and state of tasks and deliverables across them. From here, we can get a more detailed summary for a specific project by clicking the project title. This project summary shows information for all tasks and deliverables that is fairly self-explanatory. The Gantt chart is linked to the project schedule creation pages, but gives a few more analysis options such as highlighting critical paths, progress lines, and several filters. 3DX will automatically assign a status icon to all tasks depending on the task progress and the respective due date. This is a nice, quick way for members or project managers to identify tasks that are late or due soon. The resource utilization information is critical to resource smoothing or resource limited scheduling. This can be opened from the task title in the Gantt chart and indicates the time each member assigned to the task will be active in each day. This enables the project manager to determine who may be idle, underutilized, or overutilized. When member allocations are under or overutilized, the project manager must go back to the schedule allocation pages and modify task assignments, allocations, or add delays to tasks to compensate for the resource issue. Delays can be implemented from the Gantt chart page by double-clicking on the dependency line and modifying the dependency. We will now go through these first 5 steps. The project summary report page is found underneath the program grouping on the left-hand side. The main window will list all projects currently in the ready or active state, while the pop-up window on the right-hand side will display the pending tasks, deliverables, and issues with these projects. We currently only have the Demo Chassis 1 project, and so only this is displayed. Of the 18 tasks in this project, none of them have yet been started, and so all appear under Pending Tasks. Furthermore, the one item with a deliverable is also pending, and so appears over here. We can gain further information by clicking on these bars. In this case, the main window will now show me all of the information related to the part and assembly detailed drawings deliverable. We can check the task information in the same manner. And we would now see that, in this case, none of these tasks have yet been started, several of them are still in the preliminary states, as well as the estimated start and finish dates for all the tasks. Selecting the project summary report page again will bring us back to the original window. And from here we can access the project schedule status by clicking on the project. This summary now presents us with further refined information specific to the Demo Chassis 1 project, such as information on pending, overdue, late or completed tasks, deliverables, and critical tasks. Further down, we can find the Gantt chart and the burn down graph, which currently display the project phases. We can expand these graphs by clicking on the tasks over here, so that the Gantt chart and burn down graph will now indicate all of our tasks rather than just the phases. We will refer back to this section when we do the project execution app and start completing some of the early tasks. As stated earlier, the project Gantt chart is under the Schedule category and the Gantt chart tab. We have used this section earlier, but will now briefly cover the Highlighting Critical Paths button, which indicates the critical tasks, as well as the planned versus actual comparisons. The blue upper bar indicates the plan for the project, whereas the grey lower bar indicates the actual progress. And lastly, the filter button gives us further refinements to control which tasks are viewed. It is also from here that the resource utilization functions can be accessed. We do this by selecting one of our tasks, right-clicking and saying Manage Assignees. This lower channel now displays the members assigned to the task we selected, as well as the work hours allocated to them over the course of the project. The blank white cells indicate members that are idle, the grey cells indicate those that are underutilized, red is overutilized, and green is ideal. What can be seen here is that one member is severely overloaded for a period of 3 weeks, whilst others are either underutilized or idle entirely. To fix this issue, we may need to reallocate tasks from overloaded members to idle or underworked members, or delay tasks such that they are completed in later periods when resources become more available. To view the tasks that a member is assigned to, click on the right arrow over here. From here, we can see that the steering system design is a significant task assigned to this member, and we can reduce their load by assigning this to a different member. To do this, we go back to the structured view, select Assignment View, and reallocate this task as we did in the Chapter 1 of this demo. Returning now to the resource utilization, we can see that reallocating this task to a different member has greatly improved the situation, but not solved the problem entirely. Scrolling down, we can see that the chassis load cases can also be reassigned. Doing so has solved the utilization issue for the one member, but created further issues later on. 32 hours is less than the standard week of 40, and so the issue seen here will now be a daily issue. We can then zoom in to find out further information. As before, we can see we have an overutilization issue occurring on the 20th and 21st of February. At this point, we can notice that the chassis load case definition has some slack in the schedule, so we have the opportunity to delay it. We do this by clicking on the former dependency and increasing the lag. And in doing so, we've moved the workload later on in the project and solved the issue. This is a fairly small project with very few members and very few tasks. In larger projects, the approach is much the same, but just may require further iterations. The last point to make is that from this view, we can also identify which members are idle in certain periods, and therefore we know who we can assign to other projects to fill the remaining time. That will conclude our section on monitoring project progress. With that, we have finished the demo on project management. We began with creating the schedule and modifying it with experiments, tracked the project progress with the use of baselines and the project summary pages, and lastly, used the resource utilization functions to efficiently distribute tasks. Thanks for watching the project management demo. The next one in line is the project execution app demo. This will focus on the project member rather than the project manager and detail how they are to report their task progress.